Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Icam out there pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line goes back to you being the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. And Shalom. It's your brother Halakia from the GMS Denver camp, coming back once again through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI with another video. And this time I have a this is based off of something one of the brothers sent to the group chat this morning, and I just typed in the title of it: Microchip Implant lets you pay with your hand, right? And this is what comes out 10 hours ago, 5 hours ago, 8 hours ago. The microchip implant that lets you pay with your hand. The new Powerman implant lets you pay for pints with contactless just by waving your hand. Would you consider a Powerman implant for contactless payment? Another one. Powerman implant lets you pay with your hand. You see? And what is this? This is the MOTB. So my apostles, beginning with the elder apostle Har, and the apostles and elders under him on down, have been prophesying about for the last 3 decades, man. It's being made more and more clear. And all of you other camps who are out here talking about the MOTB is something other than what it really is, you're going off, man. You got men out here talking about this sin, men out here talking about this Christianity, men out here talking about this white women, men out here talking about it's a handshake and all this other madness and BS, but we don't see any of those things being pushed forth. What we do see is what? These CHIPs, you see, they're making their way to the forefront of buying and selling, just like the prophecy said would happen. Just like the Most High prophesied through, or showed the vision to, the Apostle John on the island of Patmos, man. So let's get it real quick. This is from the Yahoo News, and it's sourced from the BBC News. It says what? The Powerman implants that let you pay with your hand. You see? It says what? Patrick Palman causes a stir whenever he pays for something in a shop or restaurant. This is because the 37-year-old doesn't need to use a bank card or his mobile phone to pay. Instead, he simply places his left hand near the contactless card reader and the payment goes through. And like we've told you before, the technology to use all this has already been ushered out. It's already in all of your stores, man. Hell, even these small businesses, they have the touch and go with the Square app. This technology that was being pushed out in front of you this whole time. You see it in your grocery stores, your convenience stores. You see it at the gas pump. You can do tap and go at the gas pump, man. The technology is already established. The infrastructure is already set up. Now what they're doing now is slowly pushing this out to the forefront, man. You see? It says what? He simply places his left hand near the contactless card reader and the payment goes through. The reactions I get from cashiers are priceless, says Mr. Palman, a security guard from the Netherlands. He is able to pay using his hand because back in 2019, he had a contactless payment Powerman injected under his skin. The procedure hurts when you as much as someone pinches your skin, says Mr. Palman. You see that? So they're conditioning your mind to, oh, it's not that painful. Just a little pinch. You see? And they always tell you, I already knew it was in the article. I didn't even read this article. I was about to say, and they always tell you that what? The CHIP is the size of a grain of rice. This is the same thing they've been saying for the last few years, man. They're getting your mind conditioned to accept this because this is going to be the new wave. This is what the New World Order is going to be founded upon. This MOTB. This is what's happening. Not this other bullshit that these false Israelite camps are telling you. Your IUICs and your ISUPKs and whoever else is coming with the MOTB being something other than what it is. Those dudes are going off. They are wrong, because what we see being pushed forth is what the apostles and elders of Great Millstone have been saying for the last 3 decades. Nothing else is coming forth. Show us where they're pushing forth Christianity for you to buy and sell. Show us where they're issuing out so-called white women for you to buy and sell, man. You see? Show us where they're issuing sin to buy and sell. You see? But we do see what? These damn CHIPs being pushed to the forefront of what? Buying and selling, as the prophecy says, man. It goes on to say a CHIP was first implanted into a human back in 1998, but it is only during the past decade that the technology has been available commercially. And it's already been prepared. It's already been finished and completed. They just had to do what? Gradualism, man. They're gradually rolling it out. You see? And you're starting to see what? More stores go digital. More stores are not taking cash. Why is that? It's because they're about to usher in this new way of buying and selling, man. A digital way. This is why you see all these central banks coming up with what? CBDCs, man. You see? It's right here in your face, man, if you can see it through the Holy Spirit. It says what? And when it comes to implantable payment CHIPs, British Polish firm Walletmore says that last year it became the first company to offer them for sale. The implant can be used to pay for a drink on the beach in Rio, a coffee in New York, a haircut in Paris, or at your local grocery stores, says founder and chief executive Wojtek Paprota. It can be used wherever contactless payments are accepted, and that's everywhere. Everywhere is doing contactless payments, man. Why? Because this is the new wave. This is what it's going to be when it's all said and done. It says what? Walletmore's chips, which weigh less than a gram and is a little bigger than a grain of rice, is the same. Go back and read those old articles that's talking about the same thing. It's always the same thing. It's just a little pinch. The CHIP is just a little bigger than a grain of rice. Conditioning your mind, man, to make it seem like this is just a small procedure. You see? It says, well, it is comprised of a tiny CHIP and an antenna encased in a biopolymer, a naturally sourced material similar to plastic. Wow. It says what? Mr. Purporter adds that it is entirely safe, has regulatory approval, works immediately after being implanted, and will stay firmly in place. That cuts all you guys talking about you can get it and get it taken out. You're going to take it out at the last minute. That's what the leader of HOI said, man. Zabak. You see? It says, well, it also does not require a battery or other power source. The firm says it is now sold more than 500 CHIPs, man. You see it. There it is, the MOTB. That's what it is, man. Yeah, you can go and read the rest of the article for yourself. I just wanted to show that real quick. Let's get into the scriptures. Because everything the Most High, let me see. Matter of fact, let's read this. It says the technology Walletmore uses is near-field communication, or NFC, the contactless payment system, and smartphones, which are using what? Touch and go, you see? Other payment implants are based on RFID, radio frequency identification, or RFID, which is the similar technology typically found in physical contactless debit and credit cards, which you can use all over the place. Restaurants, bars, sports venues. Hey, shit, they even got the touch and go on vending machines. Hell, Amazon got Amazon Go, where you just walk into the store, grab whatever you need, and it scans your phone once you leave to pay for everything you grabbed up out of there. This is what it's coming to. It says, well, for many of us, the idea of having such a chip implanted in our body is an appalling one. But a 2021 survey of more than 4,000 people across the UK and European Union found that 51% would consider it. Because a lot of people are going to take this to do what? To continue on in society. Because this is the only way you're going to be able to move about in society if you have this. If you don't have it, you're going to be outcasted and blacklisted, man. You won't be able to function as you're doing right now because what? Physical cash is going to be done away with. You see? Debit cards done away with. Credit cards done away with. And this is the only form of payment that you're going to be able to use soon come. You see? Let's jump down. It says what? CHIP implants contain the same kind of technology that people use on a daily basis. Convenience, there it is. It's very convenient. He says, from key fobs to unlock doors, public transit cards like the London Oyster card, and bank cards with contactless payment function. You see that? You see? Showing that a lot of things that you use in your daily lives is gonna be stored on this card as data, man. It says the reading distance is limited by the small antenna coil inside the implant. The implant needs to be within an electromagnetic field of compatible RFID or NFC reader. Only when there's a magnetic coupling between the reader and the transponder can the implant be read. He adds that he is not concerned that the whereabouts could be tracked, and that's something else is going to do. They're not telling you this, but it's going to have GPS in it as well, man. They're going to track your every move, every transaction, your every move is going to be tracked. You see? But yeah, man, that's it on that. I'm going to get to the scriptures. I want to make it real long because at the end of the day, we've been saying this over and over again, man. So we're going to start, as always, in Hosea 2. Habakkuk 2, Salakia. And 3, it says what? For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry. And that's what's happening. The vision of this MOTB was what appointed to come to pass in these last times, and we're starting to see it roll out. You see? Yeah, all these scoffers and mockers talking shit about it, but now we see that it's not tarrying. They're moving forward with this, man. And as we move further along in the timeline of prophecy, you're going to see it being pushed more and more to the forefront until the time comes where what? It's going to be made mandatory. You see, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry. And this is what we have been saying, beginning with our elder apostle Tahar and the apostles and elders under him on down, man. We've been saying this over and over and over again, making countless videos on what the MOTB truly is. And now we're seeing it being pushed more and more to the forefront. Like I said, the infrastructure to use it is already around you everywhere you go. All they got to do is roll it out and make it mandatory. That's the only thing they have to do. Put it on the books to write a law, legislation, a wicked decree to, like, if you don't have this, you can no longer function in society. This is the only way you can go. Anything outside of this is outlawed. You see? That's what's coming. So let's get to prophecy, man. Revelation 13 and 16, it says what? And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that cuts these guys talking about, what about your left hand? It don't matter what fucking hand you get it in. We just saw that old boy, he had it in his left hand. And it's still the MOTB. You get it in your right hand, you get it in your left hand, you can get it behind your fucking ear. It's still the MOTB. You see? You're still going off by receiving this. And he's going to force this upon everyone in society. No matter what your status is, no matter how much money you have, they are going to make this mandatory for everyone. You see? And if you don't have it, what does the scripture say? Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. You will not be able to function in society as you're doing now. No more dollars, no more quarters and dimes and nickels, no more of that, man. All that is going to be done away with. And we're starting to see them phase cash out and usher in these CBDCs, man, these central bank digital currencies. Why? It's because that's what's going to be put upon this CHIP, which is the MOTB. If you don't have it, you can no longer function in society, man. That's what it's going to come to. And we already see 51% of the people in the UK and the European Union, they down for it. You see, and when Esau starts to apply that pressure, you see, those draconian measures to where you can't function the old way anymore, you're going to have a lot of people bend the knee so they can keep their lifestyle going, man, to take this damn CHIP. And they're going to be destroyed because of it, especially you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you Israelites. You're going to be destroyed if you take this, man. Because as Israelites, we're not supposed to take this MOTB. We're supposed to stay away from this and trust in Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, man. Yahawah and his only begotten son, YAHAWASHI. Verse 18 says what? Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. It says the number of the beast is the number of a man, and that man is who? Esau, Edom, the so-called white race, beginning with their elite, man. You see? They're the ones who are pushing this forth to brand everybody in the world, beginning with you Israelites. They want you first and foremost, man. Because they know who you are. They know that you are the chosen people, and they want to put this charagma in you to completely defile you, man. And if you go in this way, and if you agree to this bullshit, this is the judgment that's coming upon you. Revelation 14, we'll start at 9. It says what? And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worships the beast. What's the beast? The system that we live under now, man. You see? Babylon, NATO, and the EU, that's the beast system that we live under. That's ran by who? The elite of Esau, Edom, the so-called white race. And his image. The image is what? The manner of life, the lifestyle, man. You see? A wicked way, which is patterned after what? The ancient Roman Empire. And receive his charagma, which is what? That CHIP, that RFID CHIP. That's the MOTB, man. In his forehead or in his hand, don't matter which one it is. What's going to happen? Verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So this is the judgment written for any of you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who take this, man. You're going to be destroyed with thermonuclear fire because what? The prophets have given you warning of what this device is. We have given you warning from Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI not to take this. And if you go against the warnings and the admonishment that we have been giving you through the spirit and power of Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, the Most High is going to completely cook you with that thermonuclear fire, man. He will show no mercy upon you because you've been warned for decades. And you still chose not to take heed. Verse 11 says what? And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the charagma of his name. You hear that? That's the judgment written, man. This is what's going to come upon any of you Israelites who go in this way, along with this new system that Esau is rolling out, man. That's being made blatant now, man. It's being made crystal clear of what this is. And as I said, as we move forward in the timeline of prophecy, expect to see this more and more on the forefront. Expect to see commercials about this on TV, man. You see? Because this is what's coming. This is the MOTB. And as Israelites, we are to refrain from this according to the word of Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. And so with that, man, I'm going to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, and a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful Akim out there pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI has created us to do. And with that, I'm going to say shalom, wa, and abba,